Story 1. A few years back, I dated this guy named Tom. Things were great at first. He was charming, attentive, and we seemed to click. However, after a few months, he started to show his true colors. Tom became possessive and jealous, constantly checking my phone and questioning my whereabouts. It got to the point where I felt suffocated, so I decided to end things. Tom didn't take the breakup well. He would text and call me incessantly, begging for another chance. When I blocked his number, he started showing up at my apartment unannounced. I moved to a new place, hoping to get away from him, but somehow he found out my new address. One night, I came home to find Tom standing at my door with a bouquet of flowers, claiming he just wanted to talk. I was terrified and called the police. They gave him a warning, but it didn't deter him. For weeks, I felt like I was being watched, and I noticed his car parked near my apartment at odd hours. Finally, I decided to get a restraining order. It took months of documenting his harassment and court appearances, but it was worth it. The restraining order was granted, and Tom was forced to stay away. The experience left me paranoid and anxious for a long time, but I learned the importance of taking threats seriously and protecting myself. Story 2. I once dated a girl named Lisa who seemed perfect at first. She was fun, spontaneous, and we had a lot in common. But after about 6 months, I realized we weren't compatible long-term. I tried to end things amicably, but Lisa didn't take it well. She cried, screamed, and accused me of ruining her life. A week later, I started noticing strange things happening. My car tires were slashed, and someone keyed my car with the word liar. My social media accounts were hacked, and embarrassing posts were made. I even received threatening anonymous emails. I knew it was Lisa, but I had no proof. I confronted her, but she denied everything with a smirk that told me otherwise. I decided to go to the police, but without solid evidence, there wasn't much they could do. One day, I caught her red-handed. She was outside my apartment, about to spray paint something on my door. I took a photo and called the police. With the evidence, they were able to press charges. Lisa was fined and ordered to stay away from me. It took a long time for the damage she caused to be fixed, both to my property and my peace of mind. But in the end, I learned to be more cautious about who I let into my life. Story 3. I dated this girl named Emily during my sophomore year of college. She was sweet, and we had a good time together, but after a year I realized we were heading in different directions. I broke up with her, hoping we could remain friends. A month after the breakup, Emily called me in tears, claiming she was pregnant with my child. I was shocked and scared, but I promised to support her. We started talking again, planning for the baby's arrival. However, something felt off. Emily's story kept changing, and she refused to see a doctor with me. Suspicious, I reached out to a mutual friend who confirmed my fears. Emily had lied about being pregnant to get me back. When I confronted her, she broke down and admitted everything. She thought a baby would make me stay. I was furious and hurt. I cut all ties with her and focused on my studies. Emily tried to reach out several times, apologizing and begging for another chance, but I couldn't trust her anymore. The experience made me wary of trusting people and taught me the importance of honesty in relationships. Story 4. I met this guy, let's call him Jack, at a party, and we hit it off immediately. He was funny, charming, and seemed to genuinely care about me. But as our relationship progressed, I started to notice his manipulative behavior. He would gaslight me, making me doubt my own memory and perceptions. He isolated me from my friends and made me feel like I couldn't do anything right. After 2 years of emotional turmoil, I finally gathered the courage to leave him. Jack didn't take it well. He spread rumors about me, claiming I cheated on him and was unstable. He even went as far as to contact my family and friends, trying to turn them against me. I was devastated, but I refused to let him control my life any longer. I started therapy to rebuild my self-esteem and reached out to the people he had alienated. Slowly, I began to regain my confidence and reconnect with my support network. One day, I received a message from one of Jack's friends, warning me that he was planning to sabotage my new job. I immediately informed my employer and provided evidence of his harassment. They were understanding and took precautions to protect me. Jack eventually moved on to his next victim, but I learned a valuable lesson about recognizing and escaping toxic relationships. I'm now in a healthy, loving relationship with someone who respects and supports me. Story 5. I met David online, and we quickly hit it off. He was attentive, generous, and always knew how to make me feel special. We started dating, and for a while, everything seemed perfect. David showered me with gifts and affection, and I felt like I was living a fairy tale. But then, strange things started happening. David would often borrow money from me, promising to pay it back, but never did. He had elaborate stories about business deals gone wrong and financial troubles, and I wanted to help him. One day I received a call from a woman claiming to be David's ex-wife. She warned me that David was a con artist who had scammed her out of thousands of dollars. At first I didn't believe her, but as I started digging, I discovered she was telling the truth. David had a history of manipulating women for money and disappearing when they caught on. I confronted David, and he denied everything, but I had already made up my mind. I ended the relationship and reported him to the authorities. They couldn't do much without concrete evidence, but at least I was free from his lies. The experience left me heartbroken and financially strained, but I was determined to rebuild my life. I learned to be more cautious and to trust my instincts. Today, I'm more vigilant about who I let into my life, and I've managed to recover from the ordeal.